All right, guys, I think we are live. We're just getting set up here. Let's see. So let's find the live stream link here so we can post it in chat. There we go. We are live. Gary H., nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream as we attempt to type it in. Prax, good afternoon to you. Yes, long time no see. Nice to have you here. It has been a little while, right? It's been a week or so, so nice to be back. And I took the week off like completely. I did nothing really Hero Wars related. I sat at the Guild Wars this week, so we are refreshed, ready to go. We had a live stream yesterday, but we are live again today, and we should be back into the full swing of things. Just took a little break, but we're back now into Hero Wars. So we're getting back into acclimation with what has been going on in the Hero Wars universe, which we've had some changes, right? Obviously, we had some updates occur. One in particular was the addition of Machine Shroom. We talked a little bit about her yesterday. And we did have a bunch of winners. We also, with Machine Shroom along those lines, we also talked a bit about how, she does have her purpose, it seems. And she had some decent team combinations, but kind of more of a specific use, right? So seems to do a little bit better against the magic attackers when used with some of the particular formations that we came up with. And we'll take a closer look at that again, just to recap real quick for y'all if you didn't happen to catch it. Yeah, all in all, I'd say Mushroom Shroom's a very interesting character. Um, I can't say good or bad yet. I think it's a little too soon to tell, but I personally won't be investing too much in her at this time, given the fact that, quite frankly, I just didn't play the event very much. So I can't really say that I uh, will be investing in her until I get her more closer to her and him, them, closer to absolute, right? So you can see I have a 3-star Machine Shroom, who I'm not working on yet. With Dragon Paralyzer, he's always saying I should be working on Judge a little bit. So, I'd like to work in Judge when I'm on stream at least, in particularly skill points, right? Just to finish off that aspect of it. We're not going to get there just yet, but, it's moving closer towards that realm. Let's see. Wallyverse, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream, and thank you guys for hitting that like button as you guys do come in. I'm seeing that moving up. Vitamin, hello, hello. Thank you for joining the live stream. Coriel, hello from France. Wow, thank you for coming. Love the international audience. Always love having y'all join. It's always great to see, the Hero Wars universe is so diverse, so big. What else can you say? Gotta love it. Got to love it. What time is it for me right now? Right now it is about 1:23 p.m., I guess. There is a slight delay, always when I start these streams. So sometimes what'll happen is I'll start the stream and then there's like a good minute and a half, 2 minute delay. I think you can adjust it, but I do think that there's typically a delay with most streaming platforms. I'm not really sure why, but I guess at the same time, it does kind of help. It's not all in real time. It is in real time, but there's like a slight delay. It's almost like when you're watching a sporting event, there is typically like that, like 30-second minute delay, where if you're like me and you're watching the stat updates, you're like, wait, why did the stat updates show something it happened already when on my TV it hasn't happened yet? So something like that, kind of in the sense that that'll occasionally happen. But yeah, Incognito, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to have you here. Gujo, hey, nice to have you here as well. Love the emoji. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so I need to look here at Lars. We're just kind of really just farming some Agrit, but I want to do the what do you call it? The hero fragment collection, I guess I'll call it, is where you're basically just trying to acquire some tasks that are hero related, because that's one of these tasks here, right? What is it called? The heroic missions. There we go. We collect one honorable guardian box for that. So it's just something we're going to do here. Let's take a look what else we got. So we got some tower coins for today's daily login. Looks like we got some romantic skins. This is another thing that I completely was, I was just gone for a week. Did not touch Hero Wars too much. I mean, I may have done something, but like most days I really wasn't on. So, okay, we got the romantic skins, which I really haven't looked at too carefully. Maybe it's time to consider picking some of those up. I don't know. We'll see. I know these are the ones that I don't have because I wasn't around. So let's see. Let's take a look. Kira has a new skin, and I know I've probably talked about this before in a previous live, but let's take a look. So Kira, new skin, and I passed Kira, obviously. There she is. Let's see. So skins, new skin is the romantic skin, which is for health. So it's not particularly the best skin for Kira, and the reason I say that is because she needs to sustain some damage to put off more damage, right? So I would say it's good and a bad skin depending on where your opponent stands as well. So it might not be something that I'm super anxious to get. It's not like the worst skin, but it's not like the best skin either for her. I'd much prefer a magic penetration, or sorry, a physical penetration, excuse me, or a physical attack skin. But it's still decent. What were the other two options here? Let's see. I believe we have Amira with the magic defense. I really don't use Amira, but the Yorgan with the magic attack, that has my interest. Let me look at my coins here, see where we're at. So we only have 131 of those strength skin stones. So if I were to try to get that, I would need to open a fair number of these skin stone chests. So let's just open all of them. That's 3,000. So we're going to still be well short, but it's in the right direction. Same here. We open these up, 1,500. It'll get us close to the 5,000 mark, just barely over. Nice. Okay, so we can actually acquire the Jorgen skin, and we will, on this live here. And what's cool about this is this actually counts as a power up just by acquiring the skin. So there is that new skin, even though I do still like I like this skin occasionally because it has the unfortunate Peppy, who has been caught by our clown murderous Jorgen. But anyway, okay, we're going to also enchant a glyph here. Let's see. Gujo also says hi to everyone as well. Vitamin says, it must be cold. I see you are wearing thick clothes. Yeah, I will say it is a little bit cooler out here. I think my room right now I don't think we have a heater on today. And I think part of that is, there's not too many people at the house right now. I do have roommates, but at least for right now, I have roommates. And so the way that that's all working out is, when people aren't home, we don't typically turn it on too much, and it is midday, so we don't usually have it kicked like full blast or anything like that. So yeah, we don't typically go crazy with the heater if we can avoid it, but it does get colder. It does get colder in the morning and at night. So yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Jason David, hello, hello, and thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to have you here. Always appreciate you. You just throwing in some emojis, love it. John Jensen, hello to you. Good afternoon to you as well. Dragon Paralyzer says Judge Nebula deserves stellar skins. Let's take a look. Skins. No stellar skin yet on Nebula, but hey, I'm always here for another Nebula skin. You can't talk me off of that. Love that. So I'm a proponent of that. I love that idea. As for Judge, let's see, Judge. Skins. He's got a fair number of skins here. It might be a little bit before we get it, but hey, if we get it, awesome. I'm not going to complain at all about that either. So, Judge is, coming along nicely here. We're going to open up our heroic chest. Hopefully you get more than one. Okay, we got 3 soul stones. I was hoping to get more than one, and we accomplished that. Unity of the Extremes there for our Cleaver and Chaba, two physical attack tanks. So we will be looking at that shortly. Any further upgrades? It doesn't look like there's too much I can collect right now that I haven't collected prior. Town Shop, Dragon Shield. Okay. Friendship. Chalice Primordials could be handy down the line, so we'll pick that up as well. Usually these are all helpful, but they always use the ever rare, in my opinion, Outland coins. So I don't like to spend too much if I don't have to. The throwing knives, though, we will bite the bullet and pick those up. We also got the airship here. Here would be better if she got armor or magic penetration. Health is probably the worst option she could get. Not going to deny that. I do think that there is something to be desired when you're looking at that particular skin. I mean, I don't really have too much more to say on it other than, yeah, that's, I agree. I'm seeing the same thing you are. Okay, let's see. We're going to collect some other rewards here. We're going to start up this 10-minute expedition. Expedition's just, one of those daily things that are important. Just gotta, it's like, I would say it's almost like eating your veggies, not the most exciting, but important nonetheless. Or in the alternative, if you're a heavy vegetable eater, it's like eating some meats or some proteins to, get everything done health wise. Anyway, all right. So that was a side note there. Let's take a look at artifacts. So Helios here looks like I will be able to evolve that second item there, the Tomb of Arcane Knowledge. Maybe I should have gone with the intelligence, but that's okay. We're going with the Tome of Knowledge. I really wanted that magic attack. Obviously, intelligence will grant me some magic attack and some other various stats, but I really wanted this magic attack, which is why I kind of went with it, as well as some health. Just allow me to survive a little longer against some of those maxed out Yasmin problems, and help me defend a little bit more easily against that particular hero. She is a maniac on a mission occasionally. The other hero I want to look at a little bit myself is Rufus, who is someone I would like to eventually tank and move up. So, in case you weren't here for yesterday's stream, one of the teams I really liked, and I'll see if it's still available in guild battles here, is this idea of no, that's not it. Is that the right team? Anyway, okay, so the team that I was thinking was something like this, where we have the twins. Where's Sebastian? Sebastian, Aurora, and hang with me here, guys. I'm trying to make a semi-point. We got Kane here, right? Kane's going to be the best option. Should be Albus. Mars should not be there, but we'll get back to that in a second. That's fine. Probably want magic attack and armor as opposed to magic defense. And we'll pet up with Axel. So I was looking at this team specifically for facing something like this, right, where we have the twins with Seb and Celeste. And I mean, I obviously misclicked on Seb last time, but that's okay. We like the idea of Mushing Shroom here with Rufus, and then paired up with Isaac as well. I'm trying to think who else was on this team. I believe it was Martha and who was the other hero that we used? I'm trying to remember. Let me look at the. It was Sebastian. Okay. So I mean, this was a team that I kind of like to create. It was really meant for magic attackers, so it was something that I thought was interesting, and I just wanted to share with you all. If you missed it, right? Was Mushing Shroom with Isaac, Rufus, Martha, and Seb, petted up with Axel, typically like Albus here. Um, yeah, we'll give you Biscuit. Although, maybe we should use Axel here instead. Give you Oliver. No, no, I guess not. All right, I guess that's the only way we can work this. So we'll do it this way. Okay, that's fine. But I kind of wanted to show this team. I really just liked it because I think it's a really good team against Magic attackers. I just think it has a solid option when you're looking at this. And I really like how versatile Mushroom Shroom is able to deal a fair amount of poison, and is basically powered up with Isaac and Sebastian is clearing us just enough to avoid too much damage. While Martha heals us up, and Rufus just a stud against these magic attackers, right? So it's really kind of the main reason I'm looking at this as a possible team that I like, um, with the Mushroom Shroom variant. So then we'll see how it plays out. I guess I failed to use Sebastian last time when I ran this test yesterday, but that's okay. I misclicked and hit a mirror instead. But I think we're going to be okay here. It's looking pretty solid, and obviously the mushrooms, every time they walk into one of their opponents, they just deal massive damage. So that's on the offensive end. Let's see how it plays on the defensive end. Should be the same result, I think. We will see if that is actually the case, because the attacking team always has an advantage, right? That's something to just keep in mind. Um, all right. So, I mean, obviously the pets kind of matter, but I didn't really mess with them too much there. We'll go Twins, Aurora, Celeste. Oh, no, not Isaac. Seb. This should be Kane. That's fine. That's fine. This should be Albus. Should be one of these two. We'll go with that one. And Axel. Okay, so just kind of showing that I do kind of prefer this kind of squad here. Did I just move? I did move. Yes, Jason, I moved. I'm trying to think. A couple months ago, I moved to this location. And then, we'll probably be here for at least. I think I have another 6 months on this lease. So I must have moved around 6 months ago. And so there's been. I've had some time to do some streaming, sometimes not. But it's not been a bad spot. So here you can see Rufus by himself is able to hang on to this matchup so far, and Aurora is not able to take him out. So we stall out there. Still, pretty solid team, but I think obviously Rufus was the MVP in that situation. But I like that team in general. I think it could be useful against a pretty solid first team option, right? So if you're using like in Grand Arena and that's your second team, you have a pretty solid squad. I mean, obviously, you'd have to kind of be someone who has Mushing Shroom pretty far along, but it could be a option. Let's see. Calnap, I would like an anti-dodge skin for Kira. An anti-dodge skin for Kira? What do you mean? Like she helps prevent dodge? I feel like that's probably not going to come into play anytime soon, but it's an interesting idea. I like the thought process there. I don't think any hero would be getting that. That'd be OP. Everyone would be using whatever hero got that. Um, and it would really hurt a lot of the heroes that Hero Wars has kind of helped build in a way. Because Heidi, for example, has very low health, but the reason that she's able to survive so long is because of her high dodge. So if she had her dodge diminished really at all, it would significantly hurt her. We're not doing this again. Him, her. It would hurt Heidi's usage, I think, and hurt Heidi as a character. Like it would be making Heidi essentially useless if that occurred. Um, yeah, so it's a he. Heidi's a he. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Anyway, yeah, so some stuff there with Heidi, I think, would be a lot less effective if there was an anti-dodge skin. That would be crazy. Dragon says we need a vampirism skin for some heroes, or if nothing, at least a vampirism artifact. I'm not really sure how they can implement that. I think I mean, I love the idea of vampirism, but I also don't like the idea of every hero having vampirism because then I think it makes it less special. Um, but I do understand where you're coming from. I do like the idea of vampirism, but it also kind of, I think Hero Wars' counter argument to that, and this is not my argument, but this is what I think they would say if we brought that idea up would be, hey, just use what do you call it? Simply use Dorian in your lineup, and then you got Vampirism. Although, one of my issues with Dorian is that he's a backline hero, so the Vampirism only affects the backline. I would think it'd be pretty cool, and this is just me, but if you had a hero who you could actually pick, right, where they stood in your lineup, right? What if you had a hero who was just, you can move him to the front line as a tank. You can move him to the back line as a, so that Dorian can be moved up in a sense, right? So that you can have Dorian in the middle of your team. Um, so I just think that would be pretty cool. You could have one versatile hero like that where he's, you can place him wherever you want. I think that would be pretty cool. But I hear the vampirism idea. I like it. I just think it's tough to ultimately implement, is what I'm saying there. Hey, Tanya. Haven't seen me back after a couple weeks. You got the new Mushy and Shroom up to level 130 and 5 stars. Need 70 more soul stones to max the hero out and got both skins for it. Wow. It sounds like you were busy during the event and you were able to get quite a bit of progress on Mushy and Shroom. I was actually on vacation, so I didn't play that event hardly at all. But I did get her, so she's at least 3-star now. But that's great progress for you, Tanya. And if you're looking to use her, I really think that she's someone you can use with Rufus in terms of against magic attackers. And if not, then you can use her against physical attackers. But obviously, you just need the right counters around Mush and Shroom, but a very usable hero. I really like double tanking when we're looking at someone like Mush and Shroom. And what I mean by that is either, a Anvari type, right? He's not really a front, I mean, he's not a tank per se, but he's like a honorary tank. And then you also have someone like trying to remember Rufus, right? That I was just talking about. That could be good. So yeah, got that going on there. Martial Glory. Let's get an attack in. Let's see, Arena. This team looks kind of vulnerable. I'm thinking maybe we go double attackers, kind of an offensive heavy team. Take the risk. So we'll go for it. I'm not quite sure. Jimmy, nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the live stream. Nice to have you here. We got Francis Zegan in the house. Hello, hello. Thank you for joining the live stream. And yeah, it sounds like Tanya was very busy during the Mushy and Shroom event. Can't argue with that at all. Count Up says, against Aurora Celeste Sebastian, the armor artifact is less valuable than the magic defense artifact. Therefore, I would love to put Thea instead of Martha. Definitely something you could do. Anthony Smith says, hi, Jay. What have I missed? Has your live stream notification not popped when you started? Yeah, you know what? YouTube is always messing around with the notification stuff. But yeah, so far we've talked a little about Mushy and Shroom. How I kind of like her, typically more with a magic attack against a magic attack team with Rufus, Isaac, Sebastian, and Martha. I think mostly because a lot of people have the core of that team, which is Isaac, Sebastian, and Martha, right? And so then you just need Rufus if you have him available. Some people have him available. And pair that with someone like Mush and Shroom, the new character. So if you're like Tanya and you're far along with Mush and Shroom, really a great possibility to kind of create that team and see some positive results. So this is a tough matchup here, mainly because it deals a lot of damage. So the key here is to take out, really essentially Maya is the biggest problem, but she won't get hit too early on in this matchup just because some of the other damage dealers are in the way. So what'll happen is I hit Kira, Nebula, and Celeste a couple times before I can even get to Maya, probably with my Kark. So survivability here. Can we avoid Celeste turning that semi-vampirism skill of Kark that where he deals damage that's significant, he gets some health back, right? And he didn't get any there, but it looks like he got a little back there and just surviving. And Kira's blades are usually pretty sharp, so that can be pretty damaging as well. Okay, so we're not going to be too lucky here. And that silence right there from, I think it was Maya Scientist. Unless it was, I don't know. We got silence there with Kark, and so that hurt us twice in that matchup. So without that silence, we get a little luckier, but the RNG was not in our favor on the silence right there. So, that is occasionally what will happen is you get that bad luck RNG on the silence, which just does not help you in the matchup. This is a very intriguing team. Trying to think, what do we want to do here? Where do we want to go with this? Do we test the newly updated Helios? Nah, he's not ready yet for a big time Yasmin, not yet. Maybe we just do one more of these if I can find a matchup I like. Kind of want to just fight this team just to see what it's like. It's a very unique team. It's very offensive heavy, or defensive heavy, with the double tank here. So I kind of want to use Yasmin. I like the idea of Kark here. Obviously, Ching Mao can be problematic, but because of where she is, I think it's less of a problem. And I kind of want to take out Nebula, put in the organ. Really want to target Kark. Want to have my Want to have my Kark target the back line first, and systematically break down this team. Kind of what I'm thinking, if it's possible. So we give the armor there to Astaroth, and we kind of I think we let it ride. Let's see how this goes. Let's see, what else we got in the comments here? Mushy lacks magic defense the most, so one or two magic defense artifact buffers are better. Um, Uncle Tom likes the idea of using Kane as a main pet instead of Axel. I think that could definitely, it's hit or miss with Axel. Or with Kane, right? I really like Kane, but Axel is typically probably the better option for survivability if all things are the same. But I hear you on that. I hear you. Um, we can definitely try that out as well. More dodge, more kunais, more damage. Yeah, yeah, and that probably would help you survive or help you defeat that Rufus, right? So we can check that out in a second here. Um, Super Worker V, absolutely, absolutely. Um, Dragon Trailer says, well, Cleaver, Arachne, Galahad, and Dorian only got Vampirism. The three above through items and Dorian through skill, but still makes no sense why Galahad got it. I think I think Galahad is like the first one that they put out there, so it's just like they were kind of experimenting with it, and they found success with Galahad, and so Galahad is also I don't know if he still is, but he's supposed to be like the face of Hero Wars, so you kind of gonna have some special features for him. I mean, he's got the area damage right with the swords coming from the sky, and so he's got some vampirism. I mean, I think even Kark has some vampirism to a certain extent when you look at Deadly Tendrils. Um, I think one of these skills gives him some health, but I could be wrong. For some reason, I thought that. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I thought that there was something there. I guess not. But anyway, Kark is pretty dang effective. I like Kark a lot. Um, really can't complain. I think once he got added to the gift certificates, I don't think he was initially in there. Once he got added, I really went all in on picking him up during, I think, a Christmas um, event. Chaba also recovers health. Yes, Chaba does. So Uncle Tom wants to see this team. Let's check it out. So he's thinking something like this. Let's see. We got Dorian. Phobos. Kind of an undead squad thus far. Dorian, Phobos, Jet, Martha, and Leanne. Jet, Martha, Leanne. I'm going to run this one with Axel because I'm assuming the dodge is not really a factor here, but let's check it out. It's an interesting team. I haven't seen this setup at all, really. So we'll speed it up a touch here. It is pretty magic defense or attack heavy, so I'm not sure how I'll do against Rufus in general, but and Isaac is obviously I think a problem, but hey, we'll see how it plays. Leanne's pretty effective, but she's really actually a best solo hero. She actually works best by herself. These mushrooms are just kind of dealing a lot more damage than I expected, actually, and they're doing a good job. Look at all those little guys. Just keep running at you. And so yeah, there's a little win right there. Heidi and Mushing Shroom. I mean, if you wanted to just kind of go off of like a jungle theme, I would probably go with something. Because I mean, I would say Mushing Shroom's kind of jungly, right? I would probably create a team if I'm just aesthetically speaking. We're not talking about like actual like reasoning here. I'm just thinking, maybe you go Anvari here and Alvanor, right? It's all kind of greeny. Then I'd probably go with Maya. I mean, it's just a jungle-ish team, right? Um, is there anyone else that makes sense here? I mean, I guess you could find Arachne in the wild, probably, right? She seems like someone who'd be out there, but I think this is probably the most outdoorsy team that I can think of. Let's see, hold on. I want to just see how this plays out. We'll use we're not going to use like an awesome team, but we'll use like an average team here. Maybe we use the team that Hero Wars threw at us the other day, which I believe had Yasmin, Celeste, and who was the last character? I'm trying to remember. I think it was Nebula. Was it Nebula? That doesn't seem right. Let's see. Facebook. And we want Hero Wars. And we want the team challenge that they had. Sebastian. Knew it was someone. Let's see. I just want to see how it plays out. Just because it's a very the themed team is how I'll phrase it, right? It's very outdoorsy, very whimsical, if we may say so. So let's take a look here. Right, because Invari has those like vines on his arm, right? You got Maya, who's like a plant essentially, and Mushing Shroom, I think, are related in a way to Alvanor. And then you have Heidi, who is kind of an outdoors seeming type of hero. Obviously, Yasmin's tough here and takes out a bunch of the heroes. So she's like the number one problem. So you need Helios, right? More of a refined gentleman to join the team. But I just wanted to see how this team would play out. So it's not bad. It's not very synergetic, but it's a team, right? It's just for the aesthetic, for the culture. All right, we'll speed it up since Alvinor is the last man standing here. Surprisingly, it seems like he's surviving pretty well. I mean, 48 seconds left. He did a decent job, I would say. But yeah, so there is that. Chopper recovers health, Mushy and Shroom, Heidi and Dorian and Jet and Sebastian. We can test that team out, absolutely. Um, we'll see how it plays against this one. I mean, obviously, with the Magic Tag team seems to be pretty tough using Magic attackers. But let's see, Mushy and Shroom, or do we want to use it against? We want to use it against the team that Hero Wars threw in at us. Astaroth. No, Astaroth. Was it Astaroth? Yeah, Astaroth Kark. Astaroth Kark. Yasmin. Seb Celeste. Throw it against this team, maybe? Let's see. All right, Jimmy says Mushing Shroom. Heidi, Dorian, Jet, and Seb. So this seems to be a popular team to be thrown out there. I mean, I'm not really sure. Jet's just so tough to build. I don't really see too many people using Jet really at all. But let's see. We'll play it out. The Wasp is an item for Vampirism. Galahad is Vampirism by items. That might be what Kark has. I'm not sure. Gotta look at that. Uncle Tom said, that's great. That was my defense team for Guild Wars. Usually holds off 2 to 3 rounds. Nice, nice. Superficial Dagger is another item as well. Amir is very strong against Mushi. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it too much, but I believe it because if you think about the mechanics, right, Amir is really a hero who is meant to be used against attackers who are slow to build up. So it makes sense that Amir would be very good against someone like Mushing Shroom, who takes a long time to develop into her bigger hitting attacks, right? They just take longer to develop. So that makes sense. I do think Amira might be a counter, right? Almost a direct counter to Mushing Shroom, which we can kind of take a look at. I'm down to do a 1v1 of those two characters and see how that plays out. But I do agree there is some strengths there for Amira or advantages. So we're going to let this play out here. But it looks like Yasmin's just a monster. She hits so many times that no matter how many times you dodge, it's just not enough. But let's take a look at this one-on-one setup here as well, where we have Mushing Shroom v Amira. So we can see, right, she's dealing damage here with her coins, and obviously she's got her own little minion here. But there are a lot of mushrooms, and so you can see she took out almost all of them. But you can see like the coins, right? Because basically what these guys need to do is they need to attack. Otherwise, they don't do any, they get destroyed almost immediately because of the amount of damage that gets stored up in those coins. So we can see, right, overall they're pretty even keeled, but you really like Amira because of, she takes out the extra stuff that Mushy and Shroom has to offer. So really big hits here from Amira, really kind of just pouring it on, really affecting those little shrooms get one shot based on this attack. When they do come out, there's an extra one that spawns. So you can see like she's still spawning a bunch, but I think with the right team setup here, you can really cause this to be an issue. And one thing that I think is, if you have Mushing Shroom with Sebastian, because of the number of opponents, Amira really just makes it hard for you to protect all of that. So that really makes you susceptible to, say, a Judge plus Isaac plus a bunch of others. So I see this as kind of a handicap, actually. So one of her strengths, right, is the number of minions she can summon, but it also makes it a weakness, for sure. Francis Ian says, Violet skill for Kark is tied to blue skill because of damage to enemies thrown in the air. That's right, that's right. But yeah, so anyway, we're gonna keep investigating here with Mushing Shroom, not right this second, but it's kind of what we had in terms of looking at Mushing Shroom, and Amira, obviously one of those heroes who can be used maybe not as a hard counter by herself, but with some other heroes on a solid founding team, right? Solid foundation. You've got the classic tank, some more support, maybe another attacker somewhere in there. And I think you can definitely overcome any Mushing Shroom team with Amira. Amira does a really good job against Mushing Shroom, as was pointed out here. So there's that. We kind of looked through the airship. We looked through the merchant. What else we got? Emerald Exchange. Always got to do that. I mean, it's pretty minor in the grand scheme of things here. Maybe we should try to rank up a little bit more if we can. 153, 106. Kind of thinking we want to use a twin team here, actually. Pretty rare that I use my twins because they're not amazing. They're not bad either. So maybe we'll do that just for fun here. Might not win, might win, who knows? We go twins, and I think we run this team here. Hope that we survive Dante long enough. No, I don't like that. That looks a little bit. And he's in my guild. I probably shouldn't do that, actually. I didn't realize he was in my guild until I looked at the flag. I was like, huh, I've seen this team before, and I wasn't sure where. That's interesting. I kind of want to attack this team, see what happens here. We're gonna use Sebastian and Isaac. Sebastian, Isaac. Oof. I wish I had one more attacker here, but we can play it and see how this turns out. Maybe go Nebula instead of Isaac. Let's see how this goes. Maybe we lose, and maybe we should have used Isaac, but it should be fun. Let's see. Dragon says if Mushy's paired with Sebastian Judge, will jolt mini shrooms too and just speed up ode stripping. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Sebastian would have a very tough time dealing with Mushy. Well, I think Mushy and Sebastian by themselves would have a tough time against someone like Judge and Amira, right? Someone like that. I think it'd be very tough to handle. So there you got Sebastian doing a hit that had zero damage associated with it. So unfortunately, here we're going to lose this one. It's just not meant to be for this matchup. We couldn't get rid of Aurora fast enough to make it happen, but that's okay. You can't win them all. You can't win them all. Bad RNG again on that dodge. She didn't dodge. We could have taken her out, and that would have left the rest of her team very easy pickings there, but that's okay. Let's take a look. All right, so we should probably quickly view Titan Valley. Another thing to keep in mind that we did talk about yesterday was it's very, very likely that at some point we're going to have these Super Titans coming into play here very, very soon as I upgrade to blue rank on our Dark Spirit Totem and move that in the upward direction. So here we're going to just go ahead and claim some items here from the Altar of Elements. If you missed the update yesterday, right, we did ask about the fragments getting added, and it seems, right, no confirmation, hard confirmation yet, right, still in talks. Might be that once we get the Dark Titans all released, we maybe see some fragments potentially getting added to the merchant shop. Not confirmed, but not denied either. So something to keep in mind there, right? So maybe hold on to your fragments. Don't do anything crazy yet. So that's something that might be in the works. Let's take a look at the Sanctuary real quick. I haven't done too much here. Maybe I should. Are there? Oh, okay. We got one that can probably be finished. So we'll do that one here on stream really, really fast. Before we get to just double checking Asgard, I'm not probably going to do. We're not going to do anything with Asgard. As soon as we run this, we will actually go to the picker wheel and have some winners for today's stream. It's Sunday. We got to do a shorter stream. I know some of you might end up wanting to watch, I think there's a Jake Paul fight going on today, potentially against Tommy Fury. A lot of sporting events happening a little bit later as well. I know NHL and NBA have some big games going on. I believe there's some FIBA, international basketball stuff going on. There's spring training, I think, has started up, or some baseball going on right now. That's not officially in season yet, but some preparation. Soccer's going on full swing right now. And there's some golf, I think, as well. A couple tournaments starting up. It's sporting season, guys, so I get it. So if a lot of you guys are itching to start watching some of that stuff. It's coming up. So yeah, we'll definitely get through this stream, and we will have some winners very, very shortly as soon as we complete our half of this adventure. Jason David, do you know if you're on Facebook or web? And we'll just double check that you're on the wheel. And we'll definitely make sure that if you're not, we put you on there. So I think, don't forget, right, we probably will have a new wheel coming very, very soon for the month of March. February is a shorter month in general. Not to mention, we just ran through it. I think part of it too is obviously shorter month, and I took a week off of that month from the lives, so we'll have some more stuff going on. We got 2 winners today, right, for Facebook, 2 for web for Sundays. So that is how we're rolling to close out the month of February. Next week is probably not going to have. We'll just roll out the picker wheels and YouTube videos for the picker wheel, and we'll start updating that. I think that's the plan. So I'll probably try to post that at some point closer to March 1st. And then typically I don't like to have winners the first week because it doesn't give as many people an opportunity to put their name on the wheel. But after that first week, the second week, we typically start rolling out winners for that month. So I'm thinking March 3rd, we probably don't have winners, or the week of the March 3rd, which is next week, we probably won't have too many winners, but after that, we will start having the winners just to give everyone an opportunity to put their name on there on those videos. And yeah, March is crazy close. Yes, Hillary, we will make sure to check that you're on there. Will there be a season to implement the 2 Super Titans, you think? Or will they do 2 separate Super Titan? They're going to do 2 separate Super Titan events. I think it'd be crazy for them to not and drag it out. I think that's the smartest option for them right now. I think they're going to do 2 separate ones, Anthony, and I think they do it similar to how they rolled out the other ones. I just think they take their time with it. I think we may see it as soon as next week. I hope not, but I hope maybe the second week of March is more realistic. I do see us having it coming up, though. I think it's going to be in the works. I'll have to start doing a little bit more homework and figuring out what events are coming up. But I foresee that we're going to have some Super Titans coming to game potentially in March, right? Maybe one of them coming in March, maybe 2. But I think they're coming. All right, we got 2 more of these spots to beat before we can just raid a couple of times and make sure we get our maximum potential chaos particles and other items. Those pink cubes, need them to power up our pets. So we shall skip. Nice. And we're going to go ahead and take this guy down, and I like to use the Jew team, which involves really kind of the similar lineup that you would see when you're fighting Osh. Dragon says, Merrick says, I don't see myself on yesterday's Facebook list. I posted in February contest. Merrick, I will get back to you. I apologize if that is the case. We'll make sure that you're on there for today. Yeah, I'm not sure if you put yourself on YouTube. Sometimes YouTube does actually delete some of the comments, which is unfortunate. And if that's the case, I apologize. But we will figure this out. And if you put your name on Discord, remember that is for Sundays. And so that is for today. And so I don't know. I mean, I can't confirm or deny any of that. But yeah, I mean, I'll look at it and we'll make sure that you're on it for today at least, at the very least, right? So Mary, let me know. You let me know you're on Facebook. So we'll look at that here very, very shortly after we complete this raid. Look a little bit closer at Chorus, see how far off we are from getting him to 6-star, which is really the goal here. 1288. So more than halfway, but still a long, long way away from where we want to be. Got some chaos particles there on our boy Axel. That summoning I think we're going to do 2 of these. 1, 2. So we got 6 core soul stones there. And 1 more. So 7. Lucky number 7 is what we got. So we are 1295. So moving in the right direction there. We'll trade these in and call that progress. in the right direction. All right, so with that, let's hop over to the picker wheel. Let's make sure all of you lovely folks who want to be on the list for this last day of February, at least for the purposes of the picker wheel, are on here. Let's make sure, and the picker wheel likes to sometimes give us a little trouble loading up just how the nature of the beast is. Let's open the file here, log in, of course. And let's take a look here. So opening the file for Sunday Facebook. Got to make sure that we have Merrick on here. If we don't, so yeah, we got to add you on here. Merrick, Ewan, save that bad list. Save that bad boy. Jason and Hillary are both on web, so we shall add them as well. So we got, let's see, let's make sure, add you all on here. Jason David, added, and Hillary Barter. So yeah, so just a reminder, because someone asked this the other day, to actually win, you don't actually have to be present at a live stream, but to have your name added to the list, if you're not already like signed up, it's preferable that you're here so that I can do it in real time, because someone asked about that the other day. Two separate events. Yep, I agree. Totally see that happening, Francis. I'm on the same page as you right there. Basically, what we're thinking is we'll have the two Super Titans, right? So the Dark Super Titan, maybe a break in between, like a week off. Then we have the Light Super Titan. Then we have a season, right, where you can potentially get Soul Stones for those Dark and Light Super Titans, as well as maybe a Totem. And that would be a season for a month or two as well. Definitely totally plausible. Hillary says, will they be Super Titans? Yes, they will be Super Titans. That is what is coming up next. The drop rate of Adventure 13 is decreasing, and I always get a lot of pet potions and gemstones. Yeah. And yes, thank you guys for hitting that like button. Always, always super helpful. They always talk about the YouTube algorithm. It's a thing. It's a thing, guys. All right, so we got two winners coming up from this wheel. Hopefully I added everyone. I will give you guys about 10 seconds to say something here if you're not on here and you want to be. And to do so, I'm going to wait 10 seconds. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so you guys have been waiting patiently. I just want to make sure if someone wanted to say something, they could. And we will spin. So two winners, Facebook today and web. So let's see. Winner number one for Facebook. Let's see who we got here. Good luck to everybody. Hamimi, we will add you. Yes. Joe Rock, you are our lucky web or Facebook winner. Excuse me, Facebook winner. For you're the first one of today. We also got another one, so don't go anywhere. And Hamimi, we will add you after this spin. So here we go. Let's see who our second Facebook winner is for Facebook on this Sunday. It is Cabby X. Cabby X, I will shoot you a message on Discord, and if not, feel free to reach out to me first. Whatever works, we'll make sure you get your reward. Congratulations, you are our lucky winner. Let's also make sure that we add, let's see, Sunday's web. All right. Got two winners coming in from web. We also have to add in Mimi. So, did we do that? Mimi. Save list. Save. And we're going to have our winners here. So let's see how this all plays out. Good luck to everybody. We got two winners for today. Let's see who they are. It is Jock is our first winner. Congratulations, Jock. You are our first winner from web. We got one more web winner. Good luck to everybody. And Anthony was really close with that second one as well. Let's see who it is. It is Riddler68. So you guys are our two lucky winners. Congratulations on this Sunday, February 26th stream. Let me know If you guys are having issues with any of the upcoming content in terms of updating your ID and stuff, I'll be releasing those videos sometime this week. I'm hoping before Wednesday they're at least created, and then they'll be posted for sure by this time next week, because we're not going to have winners the first weekend, but we will after that, just to give enough people time to put in their names. But yes, be on the lookout for that. As for the Discord channel, I will notify everyone when the updated time has kind of started for that. I don't want people putting in their IDs too early, because then I have to delete every single one. So yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me here on this stream. Congratulations to our 4 winners, who were Joe Rock 888, Cabby X, Jock, and Riddler68. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here on this stream and hitting that like button. Always, always appreciate y'all. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend.